Okay, anywho, welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy, and let's get started. The world is veiled in darkness, the wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope, a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, words are hard. 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb. And at this screen here, I don't know why it continues there, because I don't have any save files. Because I literally just downloaded this, or re-downloaded this, on this computer. But you want to press left or right to set your respawn rate higher. That's how fast in-battle text messages will display. 8 is, like, super fast. Like, if you've played the game hundreds of times and you don't really need to see everything going on, that would be the one to use. I like 7 or 6. 6 is a little slow for me, so 7 is where I like to go. Okay. This is the default party, I guess? As a kid, I remember it being different. I remember the default party being Fighter, Thief, White Mage, Black Mage. But for whatever reason, every time I get this game on emulator, it's, this configuration here. And, well, it's pretty good. The fighter is not a must-have, but I like having him because he can use pretty much all the weapons and armor in the game, with a few exceptions. What could we name our fighter? Don't want to overthink it. We only got 4 letters because this is the original version of the game. Does it ever take you a long time to name characters? Normally I don't think too hard about names. I just name everything after my brothers or friends. Let's do that. Let's name him after a friend of mine. And it's gonna be an abbreviation. My friend's name's Tamir, but normally it has an A in it, but we don't got the space for that. Now, we could stick with this party composition. It's not that bad of a party composition, honestly. But the thing is that the thief is kind of, they're good enough to beat the game with. Like, you could have an entire party of thieves, and if you put in enough grit and determination and level grinding, you can beat the whole game with nothing but thieves. That's kind of like a challenge run sort of thing, though. Not what I'm really here for. And later on in the game, these classes we have, they get upgrades. And the thief gets an upgrade way later in the game where they can use some fairly useful black magic spells, like the Black Mage, or the Red Mage. But the thing about that is that by the time you get the promotion for the thief, you already have items that are of infinite use that can do that same black magic, except for one spell, repeatedly. And so the thief, in his promoted state, he basically, there's only one spell he ever uses, and your other black magic spellcasters can cast it anyway. So, like, not really that useful of a party member, which is regrettable, but that's just the way the game was made. I mean, a lot of people like to have diverse parties, unless they're doing like speed runs or something. And this is by no means a speed run, you know, because obviously I wouldn't be talking to you about it. But let's have another fighter because that way we won't have to waste as much of the gear that we find. And we can pretend that our fighters are twin brothers or something. And then we could go with another mage, or like, you know, if I wanted to be completely stupid, I could have 2 fighters, 2 red mages. But I want a little bit of diversity. If not, just to show off some mechanics. So here we'll get a black belt. It'll be Carl with a K. It's my brother. And then we'll take a red mage, because I want to show off magic. And that'll be me, I guess. Sure, why not? Excellent. Okay, so you start out, the start button brings up your menu. We don't have any weapons or armor. We can look at our stats. You'll notice that everyone except for the black belt has no absorb. That's your defense. The black belt is interesting. Basically, if you've never watched Final Fantasy Let's Play or speedrun or anything, and you don't know anything about this game, I mean, it is a 35-year-old game now. His absorb is always equal to his level, though it is bugged that every time he levels up, you need to come into the armor screen and look at his stats in order for it to set the absorb to his level. You got your strength, that affects your damage stat. Your agility affects how fast you go after you input your turn in combat. It affects initiative. Intelligence is supposed to affect spells, but it's bugged. Vitality, I think, is supposed to affect your total HP, but I don't know if it's bugged or if it just, like, the values for it are so skewed that it doesn't really matter. And then luck is supposed to affect your chance at running away and getting, like, I think evading magic, but it doesn't. And there's also a hidden magic defense stat that every class has that I think people data mined, and basically it's skewed such that the fighter and the black belt have the highest magic defense in the game, but after the black belt promotes, his promotion class is bugged and his magic defense gain rate drops to 1, so over time he winds up having less magic defense than everything else. You would think the mages would have the highest magic defense, but theirs is always a constant 2, whereas the fighters is always a constant 3. So that's a whole thing. Anywho, we got some money, and we've got the town. Corneria, the dream city, huh? Okay. Erelon the dancer, huh? Drive the power of the orbs. We want rapiers for everyone that uses weapons. Well, everyone that uses weapons except for the black belt. The black belt's best weapon in the game is his bare fists, but that has more to do with his level. He needs a lot of levels for that to become a thing. Start with the cure spell. It's kind of a meathead party. Okay, so to show you how the weapons affected everything, they've raised our damage and our hit rate. Except for the black belt here, his nunchucks don't raise hit rate. But what your hit percentage actually is, that's not actually an accuracy percentage. I'm not exactly sure why they chose hit percentage, but it would be better off as, like, attack frequency, I guess, and it goes up every 32%. You'll get another strike. Lucan left this town to join his colleagues at Crescent Lake. Okay. Seems legit. So Lucan's the one wrangling the prophecy for us. Provoca, beautiful port city to the east. And that's just Erlon the Dancer again. She's been moving around. Oh, I didn't go over any buildings, I guess. But the inn, you sleep there and recover full HP and all your spell charges. Little potion is the item shop. Little heart symbol is the, I think they call it a clinic. Yeah, but in Japanese, it's the church. That's where you revive dead party members. Sword icon is weapon shop. Shield icon is the armor shop. Blue, staff head, I guess, or blue gem on a pedestal. I don't know. That's white magic, and black gem on a pedestal is black magic. So we got this castle here. I guess it's Corneria Castle. Oh, well, that knight in town seemed to know that we were. Your sister, huh? What about your sister? I hope that the screen, like, rolling at the top and bottom with the refresh rate isn't showing up in the recording. It probably is, and I might need to change emulators, but I can figure that out in post. Okay, save Princess Sarah, huh? Seems legit. My girlfriend's name is Sarah. Except it's Sarah with an H. How do you surmise that we're the Light Warriors? Like, is it just because there's 4 of us and we happen to look tough? Like, I don't know. We bought the cheapest gear we could, well, actually not the cheapest, but we bought, you know, cheap gear that anyone can buy in town. Your knights seem to be more outfitted than we are. I don't really understand why we're the chosen ones, but okay. And okay, so we got our first combat here, and there's no back row mechanics for targeting, but there is a certain oddity, because this game is old, where you see Carl attacked the same imp as Vire, and because the imp was already dead, if you haven't heard about it before, that makes the attack ineffective. You hit a corpse, basically. This can be kind of annoying, but it's like so that you'll plan out your attack pattern and keep track of how much damage each character is capable of doing and how much relative HP, you know, is going to be reduced from an enemy. See, like this battle, you know, it's probably a good idea to have everyone attack a different imp. Reduce the chance of having ineffective attacks. But you can also miss. So that's a cool thing. I'm gonna try to not show repeat battles. Like, I'm actually gonna... This is gonna be the first Let's Play that I do any sort of editing on, and I'm gonna try to edit out repeat battles, and keep all the battles with, you know, first time unique appearances of monsters in, you know, just like an H.C. Bailey Let's Play, or David Dink Let's Play, or any of the other competent Let's Players. Now we got wolves. They're not that much stronger than imps. He said as one reduced his... Wait, did I equip our chainmail? I might not have equipped our chainmail. Which would be bad, because that means we've been basically walking around with no defense. That would be why. That would be why we took so much damage from the, Yeah, I'm a dumb. Be okay, though. You can make a lot of mistakes in this game. For a time. You better not poison me, you son of a bitch. Poison in this game is actually a fairly problematic status ailment. You lose 1 HP every step you take, and lose like a set amount of HP for each action you take in battle. But ooh, level up. Strength. Yeah. Strength and agility is all you really need to care about when you level up as far as stats go, if you're trying to like min-max playthrough. But the most important thing you get out of level ups is actually HP and spell charges. And only classes capable of casting magic will actually gain spell charges. So the fighters and the black belt won't even have to worry about that. But yeah. HP is actually rather important in this game because there are several instant death spells that roll against your total HP. Like they're set to instantly kill you if you have less than a certain amount of HP. Like one that comes to mind fairly readily is there's a monster later in the game. It casts a spell called XXXX, and that spell will kill you instantly if you have less than 300 HP. So, that's a whole thing. Okay, so we got the extra treasure in here. There's more treasure off to the right. This is basically a square. And, but the treasure off to the right is behind locked doors, and we can't open them right now, so there's no point in going over there. No one touches my princess. Impertinent fools! I, Garland, will knock you all down. You didn't look like you were wearing a helmet out there, but apparently you've got a helmet on. Yeah, and one of the weaknesses of this original rendition of the game is there's no boss music. Every battle will have this same battle theme. Every time. And this is a boss battle. And it's not much of a boss battle compared to later ones. But if Garland gets a critical hit on any of my party members, it will kill them. So, yeah. If you're scared of dying, you might want to level up to like level 3 before you fight him. But, I mean, I've actually, in all my times playing this game, I've only ever seen Garland crit a party member once. And it truly surprised me that it was actually possible for someone to die to Garland. What's the princess have to say? This loot has been passed down from queen to princess for 2,000 years. Garland stole it when he kidnapped me. Please accept it as my gift. It just might come in handy. As a kid, I thought that they had screwed up and left the F off of flute. But no, a lute is like a, I don't know, some weird old version of a guitar. I'm not really sure if the specific difference is musically, but yeah, so it's like a banjo or a, you know, stringed up fiddle or something. I went through that a little fast, but whenever you rest at an inn, that's how you save the game. So, yeah. And as far as the next spells, per spell level, you can have up to 3 spells. And since we've only got the 1 mage, magic is at a premium, so we don't want to take spells for no reason. So we're gonna leave our 3rd level 1 spell charge empty right now. We could teach the the red mage fire. We could also teach him, I think, fog, maybe? No, probably not. But what we want to save it for is later when he promotes, he'll be able to use what's currently only a white mage spell, Ruse. Ruse is extraordinarily powerful. It increases your evasion by 80%. And it stacks with itself and other evasion increasing spells, such that if you use Ruse and then any other evasion increasing spell, you will cap evasion and nothing will be able to hit you unless it lands a critical hit. And if you wanted to do an all white mage playthrough, that spell is how you would contend with most of the game. Mad ponies are kind of dangerous, honestly. But for our party composition, not so much. This is a really, really sturdy party composition. Oh, and you know what? We got Carl to level 2, and, the journey begins. Why do so many of us have capes? Huh. But are our orbs like the fucking Cimmerils from the Cimmerillion? We lugging around a bunch of Arcan stones? Maybe. Ah, don't tase me, bro. This is kind of a bad fight. Basically, at this starting point in the game, no class is really going to outshine the other. Everyone has pretty low accuracy, no one's doing double hits, and anyone can like score a critical at any time, and crit rate's actually something that's kind of interesting in this game. It's not displayed on anything, and it's also bugged. Everything has a higher critical hit value than it should. For whatever reason, the order that weapons are listed in the item database that the game has, the later it's listed in the item database, the higher its critical hit rate is. And so, like, our rapiers, they have, like, a critical hit rate of, I think, 2% or something. And, these are new monsters, like these Grimps and the Grey Wolf or whatever. I think that GR stands for Great, but, I'm not really 100% sure on that. As a kid, I always just read Great Imp as Grimp. And so to me, these were Grimps. But then, you know, like I had to think about it when I say a GR wolf, right? Like, Gruel wolf? You know, it's like Great Wolf or Grey Wolf. But, I mean, they're blue, so like, Some people think it stands for green, and it's like, it can't stand for green. They're blue. But then again, I think in Japanese, the word for green is also the word for blue. Like, they, I think it's AOI, aoi? I don't know. Sorry, words are hard. And, so that's kind of like a whole thing. But, yeah. Oh, level 3. Excellent. Excellent. Oh man, that's sweet. 2 levels in a row where everyone got strength. Awesome. Awesome. Not sure where I'm gonna segment videos at. And I probably shouldn't have any of them go over 40 minutes, but we'll see. That was just a battle of 4 wolves, by the way. Help? That's a weird name for a town. This town has been invaded by pirates. Okay. Hey, that guy looks kind of like a pirate, but... Oh, let's not judge on appearances. Okay, let's judge on appearances. Sometimes a spade is a spade. I'm... What is that? Bike or Bike? Bick? I'm gonna go with Bike, the pirate. And surprised I am that you scurvy dogs have the nerve to face me. Mates, get those land lubbers. Oh no, 9 pirates. I think this is supposed to count as a boss fight, but the pirates are literally as weak as imps. So... But that's also the maximum number of enemies that you can face at once. 9 smalls or 4 bigs. And we'll get some multi-targeting magic later to more easily deal with such large enemy numbers. But for now, we just have to take them out fighting back to back. Man, they can't even hit my fighter. Well, my twins. This is more or less like a welfare battle. Like, they throw this in here so that, like, it ties into, I guess, the narrative, and also it's just like easy EXP and money in case, like, you didn't get into very many fights on the way here. That's the way I've always viewed it. Also, it's kind of fun to beat up an entire pirate crew. And after that... yeah, the pirate gives us his ship. And then suddenly townspeople appear because it's safe to come outside now that the pirates are gone. The elves live across the sea. Matoya's herb is the only thing that will wake their prince. Yeah, because they're all dead, except for Bike. Alright, armor shop. Now we got iron armor, which costs 800. That's insanely good, but it's currently the only people that can wear it are our fighters. But what we're here for is a couple of wooden shields for the fighters. The red mage cannot use the wooden shield. It's like a wooden... it's like an oak, like, round shield or broad shield or something. Kite shield, I guess. But we can pick up some gloves for the red mage. And go ahead and equip all that. Well, let's look at what's our absorb. 16. Okay. Now it's 18. And for him it's 17. That's great. Most other classes can't get that kind of absorb until well into the game. So that's kind of a, that's actually a pretty big landmark of Absorb. Got another white magic spell shop here. They've got Lamp Mute, Anti-Lightning, and Invis. The white magic for level 2 isn't really that great. Notable spells are Mute and Anti-Lightning. Invis is also pretty good. It raises evasion of anyone you target in your party by 40, and also stacks with itself and Ruse. But obviously it would take 3 casts of Invis to max evasion. So it's not, like, that great. The thing about the Ruse spell is it's self-target only. The second level black magic spells are also mildly useless. Ice is stronger than fire or lightning, and we do want it. Darkness is blind. It lowers the hit percentage or number of hits that an enemy can do. Most enemies in the game only get 1 hit in. There's a few that get more than that, but most of them are resilient to dark anyway, so it's not that great. Temper is supposed to raise your attack power of anyone you target by, I think it's by 14. And it's bugged in the NES version, if you haven't heard that before. Slow, it also reduces the number of hits that a target does. And it works, and I think it hits all enemies. But, you know, most enemies are only programmed to hit you 1 hit anyway, so yeah. But on the bright side, we can save money, so that's good. And you got several items to buy here. The best one to buy is the short sword. It has a, I think it's a hit rate of 15, might be 10. And the hand axe has more attack power than the short sword, but it only has a hit rate addition of 5, like our rapiers currently do. Now the scimitar is 1 point stronger than a rapier, but it has the same hit rate as the short sword. So the scimitar is the best bang for your buck, and the thief can use it as well. So the scimitar is like the best early game weapon. And let's see, does he have? No, not quite yet. But in a couple of levels, the fighter with the scimitar, he'll be able to do 2 hits. And basically, what we want to do now is we kind of want to do some leveling up, because we don't have a lot of stuff. And I would jump in the ship and start sailing in the ocean, but there's some other place I want to show you first before I call this a... Oof. Probably should have rested up at the end, but I think we'll be okay. Maybe. Oh, it's an iguana. They reused this guy's sprite or design in several future Final Fantasy games. Looks kind of freaky. Doesn't really look like a giant lizard to me, but I guess in this world it is. And as far as I know, this whole area we're walking through, it has the same monster domains as every domain that's around here. And this is a really short battle, so I'm not going to edit it out. That wolf got fucked. But, yeah. Anywho. Oh, you better not poison me. Phew. Those things are scary. Alrighty then. Oh, walking broom. To Celeste be Husup, a magic spell. I just read it backwards. Push B select. Oh, okay. Skulls. Oh, you can walk on the skulls. I think all the brooms say the same thing. Got some treasure boxes. Oh, Pure Potion. That heals poison. Heal Potion. That heals HP. Another Heal Potion. Excellent. Can we talk across tables? We cannot. Where is my crystal? I can't see anything without it. Who stole my crystal? In future translations or ports, she specifically says crystal ball, but whatever. Okay, but that's Matoya. And I don't think anyone tells you that until Elfland maybe, but okay, this is a kind of dangerous battle. So we're gonna whip out the ice spell on the ogre. 36 damage, that's respectable. Ow. The ogre has 100 HP, and the creep has less, but they have similar attack power values. So they're both quite dangerous. Ow. Alright, we got the creep down, at least. Alright, ogre's half dead. Ogre's got 34 HP left. Ogres are a really good source of gold, or G, as it's abbreviated to. In all future versions, it's Gil, but this was before they came up with Gil. Alright, over 100 HP now. Aw, no strength for Carl. Strength for me, though. Excellent. Okay, so Tamir's taking some hits. Let's go ahead and use a healing potion on him. And if your frontline fighters start taking way too many hits and like they're getting critical on HP, it might be a good idea to switch your party positions around. In this setup, for this portion of the game, basically Tamir, Toke, or Vire, they all have the ability to be in the front and take minimum damage. Carl will eventually when he gets enough levels, but as for right now, he does not. Although he does seem to be getting hit a lot, even though he's in the third slot. The third and fourth slot are supposed to have a 12.5% chance to be struck each, and the first slot is supposed to take 50% of all hits. The second slot is supposed to take 25%. But from what I've noticed through so many playthroughs, is the front slot takes like 2/3 of all attacks, and the bottom third and fourth slot take pretty much the remaining 1/3, and the second slot hardly ever gets hit, in my opinion. But the math is set up in the way that I described. What we want to do now is we want to go back to Provoca, and we want to buy 2 more scimitars, one for Toke and one for Vire. And that's where I think I'll draw this this episode to a close. Okay, so to draw this one to a close, basically I'm going to buy the scimitars, and then between this recording and the next, I'm going to gain one more level for the whole party, so that the fighters will be able to do 2 physical hits. I gave a scimitar to a guy who already has a scimitar. That's okay. You can trade items. Yeah. And, so once we have everyone at level 5, then we will go to the ocean, and we'll go to Elfland and a few other places, do some exploring with our new boat. So, thanks for watching. Sorry if my commentary is a little bit stale and boring. But, I'll liven it up at some point, maybe. Maybe I'll throw in some, I don't know, memes. If I can figure out how to actually do the editing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and sub if you'd like, and I'll see you again.